for the culture.
Cast, and we have a special guest with us today, Iguana Man.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
So let's start with how this all started. How did you get your name? Well, I'm not gonna ask how you got your name because technically it's already
Yeah,
obvious.
it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
So how did it all start? Because I know we was talking. You said you've been wanting to do this since you were little.
True. When I was young, I used to love to catch lizards, fish, bugs, whatever I get my hands on. And I actually first seen my first iguana at the Miami Sea Aquarium.
Okay.
There's a little green one on top of a bush, and I went up to him thinking I was gonna get him. He was just sitting there enjoying the sun. As soon as I got up to him, he just disappeared in the bush, and I was immediately like heartbroken. I was like, dang, he was right in front of me. He's gone. In the last recent years, I know a lot of you guys at home have probably seen it, but the iguana numbers are on a really big rise right now. Like the population has basically exploded. The reason being, these things out here, these iguanas are breeding a lot, and females can have up to 60 eggs.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I found that fascinating. Like that's crazy.
That's a lot of eggs for any kind of animal, especially an invasive, non-native giant reptile that grows, 6 feet long. So over the last couple years, population has been up, and me as a fisherman, I grew up fishing. I've noticed a lot of iguanas have been where I was fishing, jumping in the water and scaring away all the fish. So I'm like, you know what? We got to do something about this. So I went with my uncle. I told him about the problem. We made our first iguana catcher, and within the first 30 minutes, we had about 5 giant Godzillas in hand. So ever since then, I was hooked. I was like, wow, I can spend an hour catching iguanas. I can catch 10 of them. I feel completely satisfied. Or I can spend 3 hours of fishing and catch a couple of little ones like this and be like, okay, Ever since then, I've just been addicted. I've just been catching since, man. I've just been catching iguanas, gave up the fishing pole, got the iguana catching, and that's it, man. Here I am today.
So it started off as a habit, and then it ended into something.
Yeah, it started as me trying to just control the pond, and to basically me educating people. It's basically my career at this point, teaching people everything about them, about how to keep them as pets, how to catch them, even how to eat them. These things are out here. We have an estimated population of iguanas that I estimate around 10 million of them.
In Florida?
Yeah. And that might seem like a ridiculous number, but let me tell you how I got that number, all right? So, okay, 2 years ago, there was an estimated 1 million iguanas in Florida. So think about it like this, 1 million, right? If half of them, which is 500,000, lays, they lay 50, 60 eggs. Let's say they lay 40 eggs. So what's 500,000 times 40?
I don't know what that is.
All right, it's 20 million, dude.
20 million.
20 million, all right? So 20 million eggs were laid within the last 2 years. It could be a lot more. Who knows? But we're just speaking at the bottom of the barrel, so we can never jump the gun and say over exaggerate. But the bottom line, 20 million iguanas have been laid the last 2 years. Let's say half of those have hatched. That's 10 million iguanas, right?
Oh, okay, that's how you did the math.
10 million iguanas. Let's just say
You're doing the average, so you're not.
yeah. Let's say half out of the 20 million eggs on the low side, half of them hatch. That's 10 million, and let's just say half of those survive to adults. All right, that's 5 million. And let's say they did, because they breed twice a year. So let's say they did that again. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
The real number of iguanas is completely unknown. We have no idea. Like the scientists at FWC are baffled about this species. Like, how are they breeding so much? How are they reproducing so much? What can we do to help control the numbers? There's only one answer to that, my friend.
What is it?
That's catching them and containing them. You could be at a house, you could be at a business, you could be anywhere, and you can see them. They'll just be roaming around. But if you don't do anything about them roaming around, they're going to keep roaming around there. They're going to be digging. They're going to be laying eggs.
I didn't realize how, because I seen one of your videos, these iguanas make big holes.
Yeah.
They make huge holes, and I was like, whoa. They're digging holes like a dog.
Yes.
And I was like, that's how powerful and strong they are? Or is it a group of them or just one of them doing
It could be a group, it could be one, but let me tell you something. The hole that you see is just the surface. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The deeper you go in, bro, there's different networks, different lanes, there's different burrows, bro. There could be up to like 10 burrows that go whoever knows how deep or which direction. So one burrow could be occupied by this female, another one could be occupied by this female. Two of them could be false. Some of them can go down even deeper, and who knows? Who knows? But speaking of that, that's actually a good thing that you brought that up, because I'm actually gonna be doing a future video of me trying to dig out an iguana burrow.
You brave, man.
Yeah, we're gonna try to dig them out, see what's going on in the nest. It's never been done before. We're gonna see how far it can go. What can we pull out if there's any adults, and hopefully, if we can get any eggs. That would be the main thing. If we can dig and excavate a nest and get eggs, that would be really good, because then we can get some real data about how much they're laying, what's going on in there, are they fertile, and of course, anything that we catch. If we follow the FWC rules, you cannot re-release an iguana back into the water after you catch it.
Yeah, I heard about that. So you catch it, you can't re-release it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to re-release it, just because they're that invasive. As beautiful as they are, I mean, these things are absolutely gorgeous. They're stunning. Look at that right there. That's like,
I don't know about gorgeous now.
Well, excuse me. Well, I mean, they're you gotta just appreciate the beauty of what it is. I mean, it's a reptile, so. Yeah. It's a pretty attractive reptile, some people would say. You feel me? I mean, there's a lot less attractive ones like snakes and frogs. But for this one, I would say it's, pretty attractive. Got the nice, beautiful scales, patterns. Speaking of that, we actually do have an iguana that we caught earlier today. Would you like to meet him?
I mean, we can meet him.
Okay, he was caught earlier today. Let me see if I can get him out. He's all... So, no, wait, hold up. Camera work. Hold up now. Now, I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer. He is taped up, all right? So we taped him up like that, right on the side. Reason being is because these things, they're super wild, and he would go absolutely crazy in that cage.
Yo, I'm not surprised, because I've seen you catching them, and some of them they start shaking and go wild.
Oh, yeah. They'll try to tail whip. They'll try to bite you. If you look at my arms, bro, they're all just, they've healed up, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just all, like,
oh, wow,
jacked up. I even had one try to go inside there. I don't know. But, he's taped up, so you guys are safe. Everybody at home, you guys are safe. You guys don't got anything to worry about. Here we go right here, guys. This right here is a male iguana, and he is potentially going to be an alpha in the future. Now, there's a couple reasons why I say that. I want you to guess, why do you think this iguana might be alpha in the future?
I don't know. Because he's dominant? I don't know.
I mean, he's dominant. Okay, what makes you think he's dominant?
The color.
What color is he?
Like red.
What color are iguanas that you usually see?
Green.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So he is red. That is a breeding color right there. Red, oranges, sometimes they even turn pink.
So if it's not green, that means they're like an alpha, or?
Well, okay, if they're green, they're either a female, or they're either a juvenile, or they're not alpha.
Okay. So your color determines if you're alpha or not.
Yeah, that's what, I guess in the iguana world, I guess that's what they think. But you know what, honestly, between me and you, I've actually seen a green iguana and an orange iguana fight, and the green iguana won.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, but these, it's either that they're alpha or they're trying to attract the females. Because if everybody's green and you got an orange boy, I mean, the orange boy gonna get most play, you feel me? All them iguana girls gonna jump on him and be like, hey guy. But anyways, yeah, you're right. So he is orange. And what other things do you think why he might be alpha? What other characteristics make you believe that he might be alpha?
Maybe because he looks kind of muscular a little bit, his body type.
Yeah, so the alpha iguanas will be a lot bigger than females. And also they'll have broader heads, as you can see right here. He's a baby alpha, but this guy can grow twice the length.
How big?
He can grow twice the length of this, probably. And at least, I know for a fact, double the weight. So
we're talking about like a baby crocodile size?
Yeah, they can grow up to 6 feet long, and they can get up to 20 pounds. 20 pounds.
So it could hurt somebody.
Yeah, they could.
Not like a grown person probably, but like a kid probably. Something like that.
If you were to, if the iguana is cornered and you're trying to hold him, he's gonna defend himself. They do that. They can tail whip you, doom, scratch you with these nails, and their nails, they usually live in areas that have a lot of dirt, mud, and stuff like that. And they're usually like in their own feces and stuff because that's just how they live. So, if you were to ever get scratched, you want to clean it up.
Automatically.
Could get infected, or you could have some kind of reaction. They're not particularly dangerous towards humans like that, like a crocodile. Like crocodiles have an immediate danger to a human, like he could seriously kill you instantly. An iguana can't do that. But if an iguana was to bite you, though, let me show you his teeth real quick. Let me try not to get bit. You see them? Yeah, they're not huge. They're sharp. But you see this right here?
Yeah, what is that?
That's his jaw muscles right there. They got strong jaws. They got short snout.
Like love jaw, like a pit bull?
Yeah. Look at him. He's getting a little feisty. Come on, guy.
I keep messing with him.
But hey, these. Excuse me. Hey, this bear. Hold up. Yeehaw! Alright. So this jaw right here, right? It's got a lot of power. The snout of an iguana is small. You see how short it is? It's short and blunt. So it's got a little power. Like they're okay. And their jaws, right? Their jaws are shaped like this. So say this is the iguana's mouth. If you go this way, it's shaped like a C.
Oh wow.
So it's like a shark. It's like the same thing like a shark. You know how sharks bite? They make a C. They take out chunks.
C, yeah.
Same thing with an iguana. So that's what they got. This right here is his dewlap.
Does that make any difference with the alphas and
things? Yes. The dewlap is like, it's equivalent to us having beards and stuff like that, or nice whatever. I don't know. But when he's like feeling frisky, or he wants to fight, or he's trying to get a girlfriend, he'll stick this out and he'll like bob his head like that, either at a rival, or he'll do that to attract females. And
I was wondering why that iguana was doing that to me in my backyard. Okay, so he's calling me out.
Yeah, he's calling you out.
Okay.
He's calling you out. He's probably thinking it in his head, what are you doing in his backyard?
You got the wrong way, homie.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the problems with iguanas is due to the fact that they have so much they make so much eggs, and they have so much babies, and they're kind of a little, territorial. The real problem with them is their population. Like their population is just too high. Any amount of any animal that has a lot, big population is just not good, especially an invasive one. So
they probably argue with each other a lot too, getting a lot of fights with each other since there's so much of them, right?
Yep. They be fighting with each other for territory and mates. That's usually what the alphas, and the alphas will actually breed with as many females as he wants in that area.
Oh, so he's a pimp.
Yeah, exactly. He'll breed with all of them.
Okay, I think this is Africa and stuff.
And hold up. If you want to get really technical about how much these things breed, these things are made to breed. These things are born to breed. Some females could stay. Some females can lay eggs, fertilize eggs, even if they haven't mated, because they can keep semen in them from previous encounters.
Women?
Yeah. Okay. So but there's so many males that they'll breed, and the males, they actually have. It's gonna sound weird, guys. They actually have 2 penises.
Okay, so
I like that awkward silence right there.
Okay, so which penises they use to have sex? Or they use both or what?
They use both of them. They hit them with that DP, bro.
Okay.
They hit them with that DP. These things, like I said, they know what they're doing. They're born to breed, and that's why there's so many of them. They got 2.
I heard you say those things right there, the little scale bumps, or that's how they pin down the women, and that's how they
this is femoral pores right here. These little white bumps. That's another way you can tell if they're male, and he'll use that to pin down the women. But
the women don't have that.
Nah.
Okay.
They'll be very small. They won't be anything like this. But they have, like I said, the 2 penises. They obviously use that because they're breeding a lot. These things are breeding a lot. Breeding. Speaking of breeding, right now is the start of the breeding season in South Florida for iguanas.
But it's cold. I thought they like it hot.
Yeah, but they're breeding twice a year. It seems like.
Oh, because they're hibernating probably.
Not even. This cold weather is nothing to them. Like this cold weather, they're already so established here in South Florida that when it gets cold, before it even gets here, they're already underground. They're already feet underground where it's warm.
So where underground do they go to? Because I know they be going through the water. Do they have their own little layer through the water, like a hole through the water?
They might. Honestly, there's no real way of telling because there's so many of them, but iguanas. What makes an iguana so like the way just because like since they burrow, that's gonna protect them from the cold. Whenever like they can sense it in the air, the pressure that something's coming, and they're underground, bro. You're not seeing iguanas. You might think they all disappeared and died. Nah,
they're underground.
They're underground. They're fine. They're chilling in there. They're chilling. When it gets cold, their metabolism slows down. So this guy right here, he's all fat, and if it stays cold, like he won't use the bathroom for a couple days, maybe a week. He won't need to even eat. His whole body, his heart rhythm, everything slows down. You know what I'm saying? For the cold, and then when it heats back up, everything
back to normal.
Yep.
So you're gonna keep him till he gets bigger, or?
No, this iguana is actually gonna be sold as a pet to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you sell them as pets?
Yeah,
too?
yeah. I sell them as pets. You're allowed to sell them to the top 45 states.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if they were to ever escape, there's no way they would live through winter because it gets freezing over there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the top 45 states, you have to get a class 3 wildlife license, animal license. You guys can get that through the FWC. It's all paperwork. And basically you can sell them to places where, like I said, if they escape, nothing they can do.
What's the average price going for iguana?
Iguana depends on the buyer, but iguana like this, I typically sell anywhere for. I don't sell anything cheap because I don't mess with people that ain't got money. But this iguana right here, I'll sell them for like $100.
$100.
$100.
I thought it'd be more than that.
Okay, yeah, it's not that much. And $100 is that's kind of a good price. You know what I'm saying? Where the buyer can feel satisfied, I can feel straight too. You feel me? So $100 is all right. But if you meet somebody else and he wants something specific, you can charge. The most expensive iguana I've sold to a private buyer was $350.
Okay.
But that was a really big iguana, and he had crazy colors, and he was just beautiful. And he wanted to keep him. I guess he wanted to start a farm. He was in California, where iguanas can't survive if they were to escape. And he wanted to breed iguanas and start his own little business or whatever.
Why can't they survive in California?
Too cold.
Oh.
It's too cold. The winter. When the winter comes.
They don't mess with that. Okay.
Yep, that's it. There's no way.
So any place that snow, they're done.
They can't live. Florida's the only place right now.
I've seen them in Puerto Rico too, though. Places like that too.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico actually. They have iguanas out there. The iguanas out there are mostly in trees. You'll never really see them on the ground. Mm-hmm. Reason being is because those iguanas out there are more of a wild ancestor background. Mm-hmm. The iguanas over here some of them are pet trade background. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of that, I was doing research before I came to interview. There were never iguanas here. Somebody brought them as pets here, and then some of them escaped, and then they just started making babies and stuff like that. And that's how the whole iguana population started in Florida. They brought them from somewhere else, and then kept them as pets. And then some of them escaped or this and that, and then they just start mating.
You did well, my friend. That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. People released them, so they escaped. They got too big. Mm-hmm. They bit my son into the wild. Also, the hurricanes. Mm-hmm. Hurricane Andrew came here. It destroyed a lot of buildings and facilities. Who knows what kind of reptiles escaped, including iguanas, snakes, and who knows. That's why Florida is like the wild, wild west of the animals right now.
Yeah, you see crocodiles, alligators walking around people's front backyard. Yeah.
Exactly, and there's even rumors that there's wild monkeys out here.
Oh, I never seen one, but
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. Because a lot of people have a lot of animal pets around here, and surprisingly, I'm surprised Florida don't got like some type of like rules or
stricter law.
Yeah.
Stricter law,
yeah.
Absolutely. They should definitely do it, but at this point, it's way too late. The iguanas are already here. They even made a book, like I'm showing you guys right now, The Iguana Invasion. This is a book basically talking about all the invasive species. Look, they got monkeys right there too.
So anybody who's interested
if anybody, I'm not gonna post the link, but you guys could look on Amazon. You guys could look on eBay. Iguana Invasion, exotic pets gone wild in Florida. This book has a plethora of information about all the exotic animals, reptiles, fish, monkeys. Florida actually, people are saying that Florida has basically, you see more invasive species here than you see the natives. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem. And that's why people are really, trying to step it up with these iguanas. Because the biggest fear of anybody right now with these iguanas is if they reach the Everglades.
Why is that?
If they reach the Everglades. The Everglades is basically virgin Florida.
Yeah, I know. I've been to the Everglades before.
Well, we're talking about places that are like protected by the Indians, this, that. Places that's never seen mankind. We're talking about the middle of, wherever. But it's virgin. It's not touched. Resources there are virgin. Wildlife there is virgin. Animals, the plants, the fish.
I see what you're saying. I did. When I was doing research, I heard about that too. They're saying the reason why they want to slow down the population is because they're messing up the ecosystem. They're tearing things down, plants and stuff like that.
Yeah, and okay, yeah, okay. You're right. So, I kind of jumped the gun by talking about the Everglades because that's like the FWC's worst nightmare. But why? Okay, I'll explain to you guys why iguanas are problems real quick since you brought it up. Right, the iguanas are problems because their numbers are too much. They eat native plants. Plants support butterflies, other wildlife. Those other wildlife and butterflies, they populate and pollinate other plants. So it's like a cycle. They need each other. So without the plants, butterflies ain't got nothing to pollinate, lottie, and it goes up from there. They defecate a lot. And their poop will actually kill out areas. Like if the iguanas are living in a tree.
Is that toxic?
Yeah, after a while. Because it just, after a while, after a while of them defecating in the same area, like the area just can't handle it with so many of them.
Because they keep doing it over and over.
And it's so many of them. So like, if you go to an area that you see a lot of iguanas and trees, if you look down where the tree is, you'll usually notice that it's always barren. You know what I'm saying? There's no plants. It's all usually dirt. It kind of smells like a barn.
So they're killing the environment.
Yeah, it's killing around it, and eventually, I mean, it might kill that tree. We don't know. It's too early to tell. But these are the reasons. Like I said, they're eating the native plants, pooping everywhere, and they're digging. These things dig. It's a lizard that digs. Like nobody. When you think of an iguana, do you think that he digs?
No, I didn't know it dig. That's why I was kind of like, whoa. And when I seen it dig, I was like, okay, those claws ain't no joke.
They dig, and guess where they're digging at? They're digging next to roads. They're digging next to houses. They're digging under bridges. They're digging on canal banks. What do you think is going to happen in the next couple years if they keep digging next to the bridges and next to the houses?
A lot of things going to collapse. A lot of stuff's going to get messed up.
Exactly. We built these things not thinking that, an animal is going to be digging and making nests underneath. And it's happening right now. It kind of like blindsided us because nobody expected it.
So think about it. These things could possibly outnumber human beings.
Yeah, it's that big of a threat that they just want these things gone.
They might work together and say, hey, let's take out the human race.
You never know. It might be to a point where they're going to be everywhere, literally all over people's houses. It's going to be normal to see iguanas on houses. It's going to be normal to see iguanas on the road. Every house is going to have iguanas on it. Every parking lot's going to have them. It might be, who knows?
I wanted to ask you, it seems like every year, animals, not just iguanas, are getting bigger and bigger. Like they're mutated, like a hybrid or something. Like it's like they're evolving somehow. Why is that? Is that the food, the environment, or?
It's here in Florida. If the animal is invasive, anything is possible, because they have unlimited resources. They have unlimited sunlight, unlimited food, unlimited hiding spots. They have unlimited everything. There's no telling what can happen or what they can evolve into. Honestly, like there's no telling. The iguanas are getting 6 feet now. Who knows? Maybe in a couple years they might be bigger. They might be heavier. There's no telling. There's unlimited resources here, and so many people are trying to eradicate them. But also, we have a lot of people that are against capturing and
those people are just against animals, like anything happening to animals. Period.
Well, a lot of those people are some of the reason why we can't, go to places where iguanas are really, a big issue and take care of them because the people get upset. You know what I'm saying? They love these people. They love their iguanas. Why are you hurting the animal? What did it do to you? Like I try to explain to people that these are invasive and their population is going up so big, is so much that we're trying to slow them down or help them.
I mean, it is a law now, so I wouldn't even argue with them. I just say it's the law.
That's all. That's what I've been telling people lately. I'm like, it's just the law.
Yeah.
It's the law. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people will hit you with that trespassing, like, well, this is private property. You're not allowed
I've
here.
seen a couple of videos.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, there's nothing I can really do against that. But you know, we're out here. We're just trying to catch as many as we can, and we're trying to educate people because the only way we're gonna really be able to get this thing under control is if everybody gets educated on it about what's going on, how to catch them. I would strongly recommend that if you're going to get iguanas for pest control, that's one thing. But I would also recommend, if you haven't already, it's gonna sound a little crazy, but you should try the meat. People should try the meat. I think if people ate the iguana, learned how to catch it, learned how to prepare it, learned how to cook it, and enjoyed it, I think more people would be more interested in hunting and eating them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I never had iguana, but I can't. I don't see how I can eat it. I mean, maybe if you trick me and say this is chicken and I'll probably eat it, that's probably the only way I can eat it. But
well, today's your lucky day. Today's your lucky day, my friend. We have an imaginary plate of iguana. I'm just
I'm about to throw up.
Okay, well, you gotta look at it like this, man. Okay, I'm by nature.
Does it really taste like chicken? Though?
Yes.
Everything tastes like chicken these
Yes.
days. Alligator tastes like chicken. This tastes like chicken. Duck tastes like chicken. But how can everything taste like chicken?
I don't know. Maybe chicken tastes like everything. But check this out, though. We're gonna be teaching people how to get the iguana and how to cook only the best parts and how to do it. People are just kind of weird about it because it's a whole new thing. But you gotta think about it like this: the first people that ever tried lobster, crab, shrimp, what was going on through their mind?
Let's try this. We need a new resource, a food resource.
Yeah, but I mean, out of everything in the sea, the most weirdest looking spidery.
Speaking of that, did you know that those type of animals you're talking about are family members with the cockroach?
Yes, that's what I heard. They call them sea roaches.
I be telling people, because I don't eat seafood besides fish, and I be telling people, so if you can eat that, why don't you just try the cockroach?
Yeah.
Because some people, there's the cultures where they eat cockroaches.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, who taught us how to eat chicken? We was taught to eat chicken and this and that.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying. There's a possibility we could eat iguana. It's just I wasn't trained to eat iguana, so I don't want to eat iguana.
It's out of the realm of normalcy. For
you.
For
me. But I'm not saying I'll never eat it. But at the moment right now, I'm not, because I'm trying to kind of slow down and go kind of like not vegan all the way. But
eat cleaner.
Yeah, eat cleaner.
Well, you gotta think about this. What do iguanas eat though?
Yeah, they eat grass and a whole bunch of vegetarian stuff. So it's good protein.
It's gotta. I mean, think about it.
What is protein though?
It's gotta be one of the cleanest meats though. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, I mean, it's eating grass, flowers. So I mean, it's not like, you know. I mean, we eat pigs and we eat chickens and cows. Like, what do they? I know. I'm just saying, us as a whole society. Yeah. What do they feed these animals nowadays?
No, yeah, the maggots and stuff. They eat a lot of stuff. Especially pigs.
Yeah, they're eating God knows what.
Yeah. Well, I think most of if you like the hot sauce and shit, I don't know if you used to eat that back in the day. I used to eat that as a kid, and if you leave it in the sun, you see worms and maggots going through that stuff. That pork stuff.
Yeah, I'm not eating any of that stuff. The only pork I eat nowadays is wild pig, wild hog. That's it.
I never had that before.
A wild hog. Wild hog is really good. It tastes like a pig. Okay, it tastes like chicken because everything tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken, but the fat is like buttery, and it tastes pretty good.
Like it tastes naturally buttery.
Yes, but it's wild though. You feel me? So it's eating. Who knows what it's eating all day? Acorns. It's eating, roots. It's eating this. It's eating that. That's the only thing I eat. I'm trying to really stay.
Are you able to catch all these animals and eat them yourself, or is that against the law? Is certain animals against the law, or you can do that with any animal?
Certain animals are against the law. It depends on what season or what where you're at and what season. But iguanas, it's open season for them. The meat of the wild hog tastes like. Okay, you can tell when an animal is grass fed. When you have a grass-fed animal compared to like a conventional animal that we get at Walmart now, it's two different things. It's not the same thing.
Well, the stuff we have at Walmart is getting shots, a whole bunch of stuff inside of it too. So it's already different compared to if we was to do it ourselves. And so
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's got antibiotics.
Yeah, and they have to ship it all. They have to make sure whatever they injected it so it can stay right, pretty much, so they can ship it somewhere else.
Antibiotics, hormones. doesn't see the light of day. These iguanas are out in Florida eating the best of the best produce that we produce, getting sunlight, and people are afraid to eat them. You feel me? Like this animal right here is 100% grass fed, basically 0% fat, 100% protein, 100% tasty. So these things,
okay.
Yeah, no fat. All the fat of the iguana will be inside of his stomach. He has like a fat reserve. But once you skin this thing or you eat it with the skin on, basically no fat.
You ate it with the skin on before?
Yeah. We grilled it, but we're actually going to be doing we're going to be doing a future video where we're going to be currying the iguana with the skin on. That's a Trinidadian special as well, but my people they don't really mess with it with the skin on because they say it looks like snake.
Take it out,
yeah. But there's some people in Trinidad that exclusively only eat it with the skin on because they say that's where all the real flavor is.
Okay.
So we're gonna be doing that real soon. Also, I'm gonna be meeting up with some of my redneck friends, my hillbilly friends. I fucks with y'all too. I mess with y'all too. And we're actually gonna be doing a roadkill iguana cook. Where, because so many iguanas are getting hit by cars nowadays.
I'm not gonna lie,
did you?
I hit one time.
Oh my god! You might have to edit that part out.
Yeah, it was by accident though. Like they was crossing the street and I tried to stop and I was too late. And
oh, it was by accident. Okay. I've seen people actually speed up when there's an iguana on the road.
Oh nah, cause I was afraid because I thought the things on his back was sharp. So I was afraid it was gonna pop my tire or just put like a little nail on my tire or something like that.
You can see it out there.
Nah, I know, I see it, yeah. So I was like, whoa, so these are not sharp.
Yeah.
Far away, it looks sharp.
And here's another problem with the iguanas. If their population keeps going up and they're all over the roads, accidents are gonna go up. Accidents are gonna go up. There's gonna be so many iguanas on the road because they like to sunbathe. The road is asphalt, it absorbs sun, they're gonna be there. If the numbers don't get in check. But at the rate that they're exploding, at the rate that their population is going up right now, there's no telling where we're going to be in the next 5 years. There's a big question mark on this whole entire phenomenon about
so they're trying to get ahead of it so we don't have to worry about what is going to be in the next 5 years.
We're trying, but here's the thing though. The real question is can you control an infestation if it's already established? That's the real question.
So we might be already too late.
That's the real question. If it's not established, then you can get ahead of it. You feel me? You can set traps. Okay, I see them all. We're shooting them all here. But if it's already established, is there anything you can do about that? You see what I'm saying, right?
So what do animal control do with them when they go to people? When people call animal control, what do they do with them?
Nothing. Animal control don't do nothing about them.
Oh, so they don't come into your house and take them?
Nah. Animal control? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's the circumstance?
Like they're in your backyard, you want them to remove the
animal. You gotta hire somebody to do that.
For real?
Yeah.
I see them come get other animals though.
Yeah, they actually, I don't know. I can't speak on that. I know they get dogs. They get stray dogs. They might get iguanas, but
even if you have like a crocodile, they'll come get it.
Yeah, but usually somebody's paying for it.
The city, I thought the city pays for it, no?
Nah. The city don't pay me if somebody calls me.
Oh, okay.
The animal control will control animals in the city. Or they'll hire somebody specifically to do that. But iguanas are a whole new thing. You can't expect a dog catcher to go in the tree and catch an iguana.
Yeah, you can't because he's not trained for that.
Exactly. And he probably can catch $1 million but can't catch a single iguana. You feel me? So it's a whole new thing that we're learning and dealing with here in Florida. Only time will tell. But they are causing damage with the the infrastructure of roads and stuff like that. They're eating the plants. We were talking about the number one fear of FWC. They don't want to say this, but I'll say it though. They don't want the iguanas going to the Everglades. Because if that's the case, then if the iguanas take over the Everglades, they basically took over Florida. And there's nothing we can do. We're at their mercy at that point. Because there's there'll be no way to ever eradicate them if they get to the Everglades. Because you just can't scale that environment and ecosystem. You can't scale it. You can't scale it without the iguanas. What makes you think you're going to scale it with them?
I know some people, business people, they're trying to go to the Everglades and like build property and stuff there too, but the government won't allow them.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is owned and the rights are to the Native Americans.
Yeah, and that's they can't cross that line pretty much.
Native Americans have their own laws and own rules.
Yeah.
and you can't just go in there and buy up their land. You know, like we already took. Never mind.
Yeah, but they don't care about your money, our money. Well, yeah.
They don't care. That means nothing to them. Their land is priceless.
Priceless, yeah.
Their land, which was supposedly stolen from them. That's controversial. That's all different story, different subject. But who knows? If the iguanas take over the Native American land,
they might leave.
Yeah, they might.
They probably might eat it themselves.
Okay, so Sharkman, okay? You guys know Manny Puig. Shout out to Manny Puig. I know you're probably going to be watching this. I'll be posting a little bit of this on my channel as well. But shout out to Manny Puig. We went hunting for the hogs, and I asked him a question. Because you see a lot of guys on YouTube, and they know this, and I'll catch this, and I'm this, and whatever. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys are in it for the wrong reason. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll catch fish, or they'll catch animals, but in real life, they're afraid to get dirty. Mm-hmm. But Manny is a guy who, he doesn't care about the fame, doesn't care about this. He knows animals. So I asked him. You guys probably know Manny Puig from Jackass and Wild Boys and with Steve-O and all them boys. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Mr. Missing His Finger, Mr. This, Mr. That. Yeah. I asked him, what do you think about the iguanas, Manny? Like, what can we do about what's going on with them? Are they bad? Are they this? He calmly said, he's like, look, man, they're here. They're established. He's like, you're not going to get rid of them. You're not going to kill every single one of them. So he's like, you could look at them as a pest, or you could look at them as a resource. He's like, you know, they're here. So
might as well use them.
He's like, some man one day might not be able to feed his family, but it's good to know if he wanted to, he can go out in the wild, catch him an iguana, and feed his family. You feel me? And he's like, that means something for a human. You feel me? So he's like, look at them as a resource. Don't look at them as a pest. You're never going to get rid of them all. So don't go out there killing them all and thinking you're some kind of Rambo or something like that. Because it's not going to really do anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is coming from him. But he said, look at them as a resource. And me, I want to eradicate them, but I want people to, if you're going to eradicate them and throw them away, because it breaks my heart to kill something and just throw it away just because whatever, unless it's completely inedible. But me knowing how edible these things are, I really want to push people learning how to, catch them and prepare them and eat them, if you know what I'm saying. But I understand not everybody's going to want to do that. So, I mean, the main thing is we just want to control the population, even if it means you got to, control the pests at your house with the iguanas, you know what I'm saying? But my dream would be, for people to try the meat, eat it. We're actually going to be doing something. We actually found out something where we can tenderize the meat a lot more and make it really good. So that's going to be coming up on one of our upcoming videos. If you guys haven't already, you guys can check me out on YouTube, the Iguana Man. We're going to be, showing you guys a little something. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we're going to be showing you guys how to prepare the meat, tenderize the meat, and make it more palatable, make it more common to what you guys, eating chicken, eating pork, eating
Why is the tail the best part of
the tail is the best part because it's tender. You don't gotta do anything to it. If you were to cut, the tail, he uses it to whip, but this is where he stores all his fat. It's super tender. The meat on it is like, there's one single bone, and then there's like pieces of straight flesh, and it's tender. It's like that meat is not stressed. It's not climbing. It's not fast twitch muscle like the arms. You know what I'm saying? It's not jumping. It's not swimming. It's just free. And that meat, if you were to cut this iguana tail, like kill the iguana, cut the tail, skin it, and chop the tail, you will see it's just like a piece of oxtail. That's why oxtail is soft too, right? It's a very the beef is kind of tough. But the tail of it is soft and succulent and tender, and that's what people love. So the tail of the iguana is the same thing. And it's the same thing with alligator. People don't typically eat the arms and the legs of the gator because it's too tough. It's just the real swamp people eat it because they love it. They don't care. They'll stew it down and they'll slow cook it, whatever. And they'll sell the tail to the tourists and the market because
that's what most people want to eat because it's softer.
And it's easy. Yeah, it's easy and it's just okay, it's sweet. So the tail's the best part. Also right here we have these jaws right here. There's nice meat inside there as well, like scallops.
Oh, you guys eat that too?
Yeah. The big iguanas, their jaws can get this big. So this guy, he's just turning alpha, and that's why he's going to be turned into a pet. So the guy, you see, he's pretty calm for the most part. But his new owner is going to, try to train him, try to work with him, and he has a really big enclosure. Probably, this iguana's enclosure is probably going to be the size of this room, probably. Like a cage outside, mm-hmm. So he'll have plenty of space.
So he'll be big, he'll grow big.
Yeah, he's gonna grow nice and big. But the tail is good. We actually are gonna probably be making some soup with iguana feet as well.
You know, had that before already, yeah?
Iguana foot soup, iguana claw soup. Never had it. It's kind of gonna be on my take, like on the chicken foot soup or cow foot soup, cow heel soup, pig foot soup. We're gonna do iguana claw soup. We're going to be trying to just show people as much things as we can on how to prepare iguana and, like how to catch them and stuff like that. That's basically it. Because they're here. And we just want to, educate people. That's really about it.
My Trini homeboy, shout out to Shaq.
Shout out.
He was talking about how Trini eat armadillo and possum. You ever had that before?
No, I have not.
You said you can't even taste the difference because it's curried down.
Yeah, I have not tried any of those. In Trinidad, they eat those things. They eat iguana. Iguana is considered a delicacy. If you were going to Trinidad right now, where the iguana is indigenous, I was there like last month.
For carnival?
Nah, just for family. I don't. Oh, by the way, I don't party, guys. All right, I'm smart. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't party. I don't do any of that stuff because I'm a businessman and I don't ever want to get caught slipping by the cops or any stupid shit. It happens all the time. But I went there to visit family. Iguanas are indigenous to Trinidad, but you'll never see them because they're overhunted. Mm-hmm. And it's because this iguana in Trinidad probably goes for. Doesn't go for a lot. It probably goes for honestly, probably like $600 Trinidad dollars, which is about 100 US.
Okay.
Doesn't go for a lot, but compared to a chicken, it's probably like 5 times the amount of a chicken. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So a chicken might be $100, and iguana is 5 times the amount, something like that. You see what I'm saying? But people out in Trinidad, they eat a lot.
This would be considered exotic food in Trinidad, pretty much.
Huh? What was that?
That would be considered exotic food in Trinidad.
Yeah, this would be considered delicacy in Trinidad. A delicacy for the men. The men, they love eating this stuff. Mm-hmm. It would be exotic. It would be exotic. It's rare now because you never see iguanas. Mm-hmm. You never see them out there. Like people that
Yeah, so they overhunt them.
An iguana this big in Trinidad is big. So this one, this big, or this big. Okay. So this would be a monster, and like the big ones we catch here, they would be Godzillas, But in Trinidad we eat armadillo, we eat possum. I'm gonna be doing some videos on that as well because we have them here. You're allowed to hunt them. Actually, I see possums every night.
They're running through the garbage and stuff like that.
Yeah, where I live in the middle of nowhere, and I see them crossing the street, and I slow down, and they
people are always hitting them too.
They run, but I have a trap I'm gonna set for a possum, so we'll probably be doing that one of these days. Probably for around Christmas time. Armadillo, I heard they have leprosy. You know what that is? It's like some disease that if you eat it, it messes up your brain or something like that. It makes you stupid.
So why people eat them then?
Because they just don't care and they like it. They like it. But iguana is supposed to be the cleanest meat. Eating only plants, vegetables, and it's weird, in Trinidad, you can curry anything. It basically tastes like curry, whatever, chicken, Mm-hmm. But these things are here, and we're just trying to really just spread awareness about what's going on. That's basically it.
Do they have poisonous iguanas too, or no? Poisonous iguanas?
Poisonous? Nah, there's no poisonous iguanas. The worst, anything kind of poison you can get from an iguana is if you get bit or scratched and it gets infected. Mm-hmm. That's basically it. There's no poison in them though, no venom. It's just a bite. That's about it. There's no poison to them. They're not poisonous. That's another thing. And unlike crocodiles, pythons, or anything crazy like that, like an iguana is a non-venomous, non-dangerous reptile. Mm-hmm. Easy to handle. So that's another good thing with the issue here when people are trying to get involved to help clean them up a little bit. If this had the ferocity of a python or a gator, something like that, it would be a lot bigger step for somebody to go out there and try to catch them.
All right, so we were just talking about how you get a lot of calls and everything like that. What made you decide to turn into a business?
Because they're out here. There's so many of them that I want to try. Some people want to remove iguanas but can't physically do it.
Mm-hmm.
Either they're like really scared, they're kind of up there in age, or they're just not coordinated to catch and handle one of these wild lizards.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate drinking beer. But
get you gassed up.
Yeah. But I mean, if you never caught one, and for you to just go out there and try it yourself, like it might be intimidating if you get one of these big ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I offer the removal service. I go out there. I try to teach my clients and educate them as much as possible. Also, be active and catching as many as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to do. But I do that. I do hunting tours as well. So you might be in California or Washington or New York, coming down to Florida to do a vacation. You want to go iguana hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So I offer a tour. I offer a half-day hunting tour and a full-day hunting tour. If you go with the full-day hunting tour, I'll either include a night hunt or a cookout with the package. You know what I'm saying? So I offer that. And I do the removals only on specific jobs that are worth my time, because I don't have time to be running here and running there and for one iguanas. If you got a serious iguana problem, you got like thousands of them like in your backyard or hundreds of them, I'll come out there and I'll get them. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about whatever when we get there. But I don't want to drive 30 minutes and catch one iguana or 5 iguanas. I want to try to catch 50 iguanas. You feel me?
Okay, so only if it's convenient. So if it's like down the street or something like that, you'll go.
Yeah, if it's down the street and I'm like, I'll go check it out. But if there's iguanas, if there are legit iguanas there, no matter where you're at, like I'll make it happen. I'll come out there because I want to catch them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have if you're on a lake and you have probably like 300 iguanas, like giant orange alpha ones, and you're all the way in Orlando and you're all the way in Key West or something like that, I'll go out there. It might be a 4-hour drive, but I'll be out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If the iguanas are there, the iguana man will be there, and I'll be trying my best to catch as much as them. But doing the removal. There's other companies out there. We have Jessica from Iguana Solutions. She does a really good job. We also have Redline Iguana Company. We also have Iguana Be Gone. And we also have Brian Woods with Iguana Catchers. So there's other, local trappers and, stuff like that out there that... There's also local companies and local trappers out there that, it's convenient for them to go out, set traps, catch the iguanas.
Mm-hmm.
Me, when I go iguana hunting, I usually either have my catch pole or I have my rifle. You know what I'm saying? And
the rifle paralyzes them, right?
Or it kills them too.
Oh,
it kills them.
To the head, it kills them, right?
Yeah.
But to the body, it wouldn't kill them.
It could, depending on where you're hitting, but we only aim to kill.
Okay.
And it's a 22. Like if you guys get an air rifle, make sure you guys get a 22 caliber or bigger. Something that when it hits the iguana, it has some more smack to it.
So BB gun would work.
Nah, BB gun would not work. It's actually inhumane to hunt an iguana with a BB gun because it's not going to kill them like that. You need something that will either kill the iguana in 1 or 2 shots, preferably 1. So 22 caliber air rifle, pellet gun, or better would be your best bet.
Thank you for coming by. We're definitely gonna bring you on here again, and go and let everybody know where to find you.
All right, man. Thanks for having me. You guys can check me out on YouTube. The Iguana Man. You guys can hit the subscribe button and with the bell notification if you guys want to learn more about these invasive iguanas. It's absolutely insane. Thank you, my brother, so much for having me.
No problem. And you guys can get his number information if you guys have a whole bunch of iguanas. Let him know. He traveled too. And it's for the Culture Podcast.
For the culture.